Well, I worked on the car pretty good yesterday leading up to it. We come out and practice on Wednesday, found a few things that we wanted to do, and we'll just see where it stacks up.
Daniel Vancanen's car still has fresh battle scars.
And at the end of the race, last lap, kind of got turned around and the whole body got tore up, really.
It's Friday afternoon, and he has to get ready for tonight's showdown at Wake County Speedway.
Just how the front end works, that's going to be my main objective when I go out the first time.
Vancanen has his own construction business. He's been racing on the side in the late model class for 3 years. It runs in his family. Both his father and his grandfather were racers. The track's not just in his blood, it's in the whole state's blood. You can find the evidence less than an hour away from Wake County Speedway.
It was long straightaways and tight turns, almost just like of a Martinsville.
This is Okunichi Speedway in Orange County. It's the last surviving dirt track from NASCAR's inaugural season in 1949.
Well, my dad worked back in security. He kept people from sneaking in, and he worked over on this side on the fourth turn. And when I'd leave him, I would just come in here, watch the race cars and stuff when I was about 10 years old.
Frank Craig lived nearby. He went to almost every race and met some future stars.
I ran him and said, "Look what I got, Dad." And he looked at him, he said, "Oh yeah." He said, "That's Lee's boy." So Lee Petty, was right. He knew Lee Petty, but Richard was just coming up. He said, "Well, I tell you one thing, he won't be no Lee Petty like that." And I went, "Well, I like him." Well, guess what? Of course, he's the king now. But my daddy said, "Yeah, I think I'm wrong on that one now."
All right, everybody, come on in the house.
Back at Wake County Speedway, the drivers' meeting is underway.
Points are on Speed Hive. I guess they haven't been updated lately.
Vancanen will race twice tonight. He's subbing for another driver in a different class, in addition to his own race.
I can tell you the track is wet right now.
It's been raining off and on, so there's a delay.
I feel pretty good. I just hope they can get the track dry.
At least the fans are still showing up.
Thank you.
Y'all enjoy.
And by early evening, the track is dry enough to drop the green. This is stock car racing in 2021, but it could just as easily be 1958.
When they would be coming into turn one, they were starting to slide, rooster tailing the dirt.
If you ever want to know what it was like at Okunichi Speedway, ask Laverne Zachary.
Ned Jarrett, that's Ralph Earnhardt, Dale's grandfather, driving the 31.
He's the track historian.
They didn't have a lot of aftermarket stuff and all. It was what they engineered themselves or developed themselves. And, there were, some guys were just smarter than others, and that's why they won a lot. The Pettys always had good equipment.
Lee Petty, Fireball Roberts, Fonty Flock, they all raced here. But by 1968, it was all over. The neighbors were tired of the track. Craig remembers that final race.
Full of people. It was a hot September afternoon, and Richard Petty, David Pearson, Buddy Baker, all the guys, that race did so well in NASCAR was here. Richard won the pole, and David was on the outside in his Ford, and Richard just outlasted the field, and I think he outrun him by 4 laps, wasn't it? They had the last race, and Bill France walked away and never shut the gate.
Okunichi Speedway's story was over. But NASCAR's story was just beginning. That league is now one of the most popular racing series in the world. A 2003 study found the motorsports industry generated about $5 billion for the state and created more than 24,000 jobs. In 2011, the General Assembly declared stock car racing North Carolina's state sport. North Carolina is home to more than 50 active and dormant tracks, from Charlotte Motor Speedway to Wake County Speedway. It's almost time for the last race of the night. Daniel Vancanen will run 60 laps in the late model class. At racing speed, it doesn't take long to get around this quarter-mile oval. Vancanen stays near the front all through the race. In the end, he'll come in second.
Feel pretty good about it. We got a little bit to work on to catch that 7 car, but we'll find it. We'll figure it out.
Tonight's drivers and fans ranged from children and teens to seniors. Van Cannon says it's critical to pass along the tradition to the next generation.
Oh man, it's real important to us and the track and everything else. It's like I said, I mean, there's not much like it. It's good people, it's a lot of family, fun, good fellowship, and good entertainment.